Rabbi Wilhelm, could you please give us some spiritual medicine for the week? Anything interesting you want to share with us?
Ibn Zion. This week's parsha is Parshas Va'era, and we learn about the exciting part of Gulas Mitzrayim. And when we read about Gulas Mitzrayim today's days, we also have to make it relevant to our times, even though B'chol Dei V'Dor, B'chol Yom V'Yom, Chayav Adam L'Iriski, we Yotzim Mitzrayim. But we also want to think about how we get out of our Gulas and the last and final Gulas. So we have to take some lessons from what worked back then and how it's going to help us now. So there's an interesting pasuk. The pasuk says, what was the straw that broke the camel's back? V'gam ani shemaiti asnakas b'nei Yisrael. Hashem says, I too have heard the cry of the Jewish people. And the question is obvious. I too? Who else heard? It's not v'gam. It's only one who counts is Hashem. So what caused Hashem should also be the one to listen to the Jews? And I saw a beautiful Mefarish says, what caused that to happen is when Hashem saw that the Jews first cared about each other. When the one Jew cared about the suffering and pain about a second one, Hashem says, wow, once you care about each other, me too, I too will care about you. So Hashem was waiting for the Jews to care for each other. And there's a medrash that actually says that when the suffering got so bad, the others came complaining to the Eibishter. So the Eibishter says, Tati's davening on behalf of their children, B'nei B'chari Yisrael. They're my children too. So that's the V'gam. The V'gam is he waits for us to have that beautiful love between each other, from man to man, from father to son, and that makes Hashem to react that way too. I saw, I think it was Rav Itcha Masmid. Somebody asked Rav Itcha Masmid, how do you expect Avos Yisrael that you should really love another Jew kamoicha like yourself? So he answered a very simple thing. He says, naturally, every Jew is supposed to love his brother like himself. That's the natural tava we have. Lahavdil, by goyim, we know halacha esav sayin l'yakov. A goy naturally hates a Jew. So the difference is what the natural Jewish heart has and the natural goyish heart has. If a person has a problem with himself loving somebody else, varfaruish the bissel goyishkeit von sich, knock out the little goyishkeit that's within you, and you'll find that you have deep down the Jewish heart to love another Jew. So that's the first point that you have to know, that if we're hoping and praying to leave Golus, is Avos Yisrael, love for another person, and then the Eibishter will say, V'gam, I hear that, I see that, and I will react the same way. Then there's another beautiful, important point, that it's actually a scary point, that the Rebbe would always stress. You know, we keep on saying, let my people go, let my people go, Shalach Hasami. But you missed the boat. There's one more word after that, V'yavduni. The whole thing is, so you should serve Hashem. The Eir Chaim HaKadosh in this week's parsha says a gavaldik, scary statement. He says, we know with the Dalil Shayna Shel Geula. It says, V'lakachti, v'yitzesi, v'yitzalti, v'ga'alti, v'lakachti. Fine. But then there's V'hevesi. V'hevesi is, I will bring you into Eretz Yisrael. It says the Eir Chaim HaKadosh, the first four happened to everybody. The Eibishter promised, and all Klal Yisrael was taken out. Whoever deserved it was taken out of Mitzrayim. But for Hevesi, excuse me, none of these people who came out of Mitzrayim went into Eretz Yisrael. They all died in the Midbar. So what's the Hevesi? That's a very strong question. And the Eir Chaim HaKadosh answers, if you look closely, there's an insert that says in the pasuk before Vehevesi, he says, "V'yadaitem ki ani Hashem," and you should know that I'm God. If you know that God is in control and you acknowledge God's mitzvahs, that's when Vehevesi. It's the same point. You want to be taken out of Golus, that's one thing. You want to be brought into the Gula, it has to be V'yavduni, the commitment to Torah mitzvahs, and all good. Good Shabbos.